Y'all ever notice how different life feels? How much of in the flow state you become after you know what era you're in? Not guessing, not hoping, but you just know. For me, the motto, the affirmation, the era that I'm stepping into as I step into my first year in my 30s, I'll be 30 in February. For me, it's pretty, paid, and polished. That's something I aspire to be. I have always aspired to be embodied and balanced fully. Pretty, paid, and polished. Not because everything is perfect, because I've learned that. It's not all peaches and cream, but because you have built enough structure to hold what's coming next. Pretty at this stage is ease. Let's talk about it. For me, it's moving through your day without panic. It's being able to be present when things have layers. It's trusting yourself to handle what's right in front of you. To me, paid, to be paid. When I say pretty paid, when I say paid, it's not, it's stability. Okay. For me, it's stability, and not in excess, but consistency. It's being able to make decisions without urgency. If I want to be the tallest tower in the city, it's going to take time. Did y'all see what they did with that new Sherwin-Williams building downtown Cleveland? Where y'all at? It takes time to make something that beautiful. When I think about being paid and the decisions I make after being so pretty, so paid, so polished, I think about the time, the kind of decisions that allow you to say no without fear. The kind that allow you the time and place and the space to think. Matter of fact, actually, I think I'm going to get back to you on that. When I say polished, I'm thinking about how we carry responsibilities. See, now I've made the decision and I want to be so sure. Me being polished and being responsible how I carry my decision means I'm sure of it. I said no and I was sure of it. Not in a haughty way, but just I'm confident in the choices that I make. Being polished is restraint for the big girls, for the grown girls. Being polished is restraint, knowing when to speak and knowing when to observe. Knowing that I'm doing things correctly even when no one's clapping for me. That's being polished. That's what makes me polished. Pretty, paid, and polished. It's deeper than monetary amount or value. It's deeper than just what you see on the surface for me. But now, technique is what make things sustainable. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes because I'm a yapper and I like to stay in range of topic. Clock that, okay? Listen, techniques makes this thing sustainable. It's understanding systems. It's knowing sequence. It's knowing and recognizing when to step in, when to intervene, actually, and when to let things unfold. Like, yeah, go ahead. Let me see. That's technique. It takes skill. It takes time. Again, none of this is microwavable. None of this is like quick fix shit. This is some shit that I aspire to embody fully. And I understand that whenever you girl is seeing this rebrand and this era. I'm sharing some of my new era. As I enter my 30s, if you ever see shit getting switched up without announcement, I'm just giving you kind of like my audience some shit I built. I'm giving my audience a chance to see like, so we're having a board meeting right now. We're having a sit down with the dean and I'm just giving you a chance to see like when you have technique, you don't rush outcomes. This shit might not hit till the year after next. I'm just sharing some of the ideas with you. When you have technique, you don't rush the outcome. You trust the process. None of this shit is microwavable. If I desire as the dean to be the tallest tower in the city, shit gonna take time. I need to embody pretty, paid, and polished. And I'm just gonna start the era here. We're just gonna start here. But yes, with technique, you stay regulated. You stay clear. You stay effective. And that's what the people feel first. But something else that I feel like for me, again, I'm just sharing some of my ideas. And I feel like sometimes when you're aligned, and I'm not using that how people use that, but when you're aligned, I notice that if you align with this frequency 10 times out of 10, something I say resonates. Maybe not everything, maybe not all the time, but maybe something I say hit you like, oh yeah, that's me too. Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? In order for me to make this my pretty paid and polished era, in order for us to become and be stepping in our pretty paid and polished era, in order for something to be an era, ERA, in order for it to be an era, in order for it to be everything we embody, we need to be able to hold the capacity for a pretty paid and polished broad, boss lady, baddie, lady, woman, queen, goddess. In order to be pretty, paid, and polished, you need to hold capacity. Capacity actually means to hold more without losing quality. Are you ready? Are you ready? More responsibility, more visibility, more expectations, queen. Queen, more expectations. Are you willing to build the structure to have the ability to hold more without losing quality? Are you ready? Are you even ready for your pretty, paid, and polished era? You build capacity by showing up consistently. Something I'm working on. Again, by respecting structure, by not overpromising and under-delivering. Because, baby, I can't tell you I'm going to do it if I told you back earlier when we were thinking about stability and being paid, I told you I was going to play it by ear. I can't promise you that. And then under-deliver, that's my name on the list. That would be jeopardizing my pretty, paid, and polished era. I wouldn't even promise you nothing that I couldn't deliver on. Because I know that some of us queens, and like I said, if you align with this frequency, you probably resonate a little bit. A lot of us like to take on things and challenge ourselves as we go. So we bite off more than we can chew and work through it. Nah, not in this era. Baby, I told you pretty was ease, baby. I want to glide into everything I do. And I told you that if I want to be the tallest tower in the city, it's going to take time. This capacity is quiet, and I'm still working on that. Now, anybody from here on out know that I'm still working on that. Capacity is quiet, but it's obvious. It's why people are comfortable with giving you access. I see you even when you don't say much, because you have the ability to hold more without losing quality. Baby, it's hard to miss it. I see you. Are you ready? And friend, this right here is where the room start changing. Not because you asked, not because you announced anything, but because readiness is recognizable. It's hard to miss. Who ready? You ain't even got to say much. But even if you didn't say much, you're still invited to conversations that matter. Now we ain't just talking, we talking about something. You hear me? You're included in spaces where decisions are made. Big decisions. Huh? You're trusted with information, timing, and proximity. Now remember, when we talk about today's sit down after the fact, when you listen to this and you think about me later on, and you talk about me later on, whether it be family, friend, or loved one, whether you're talking to a colleague or co-worker, a, a potential investor, whoever you're talking to, I want you to remember that hypothetically, as we enter our pretty paid and polished era, every class has a different level of understanding. So I totally understand if anything said here or seen here is not aligned with you. But I want you to remember, when we think about capacity, bigger rooms don't open to ambition. They open to competence. They open to people who can hold them. Pretty, paid, and polished as an era, as everything you embody. See, in order for anything to be an era, people always talk about this rebrand that they want to do every year. And every time something new happened in their life, and they break a cycle or they break a chain or they surpass a level that they've been trying to surpass, they consider it a new era. But the thing about an era, a long lasting situation, is when you master this, it just becomes a part of your toolbox. It's something you put in your pocket and keep forever. And I'm thinking, as I enter my 30s, pretty paid and polished, I'm thinking about the capacity, the technique, the access. Access at this stage isn't loud. And I'm still learning. It's subtle. It looks like being looped in, being considered, being trusted to handle things without supervision. But you don't rush to prove yourself here. Access at this stage, you listen, you observe, and you execute well. That's how access expands naturally. And this sit down with the dean is simply a little behind the scenes, a little piece of the blueprint. If you're a verbal learner, I can't show you all the visuals. I can't even begin to explain the visuals, but this is me entering my 30s. I will be 30 in February. I am freaking out, but excited at the same time. Entering my 30s, pretty, paid, and polished. Entering my pretty, paid, and polished era. And honey, not as an aesthetic, but as a result of technique, capacity, and readiness. And once you're built to hold it, that's when the room finds you. This your girl Chick, aka Gypsy's daughter, aka the beautiful underdog. You have now been tapped in with the dean again. Every class has a different level of understanding. So I totally understand if anything said here or seen here is not aligned with you. Please keep in mind, this is a passion project. So if you know a professional that can use the message, by all means, send it to them. But this is something that I do for me. This your girl, the dean, aka Gypsy's daughter, signing off.